Well, let's start it off with Anna, who's on the line in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Anna, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. How are you?
I am living the dream, Anna. How are you?
I'm good. So I have a question. I have an Associates of Arts degree, and I work as an administrative assistant at a small construction company. I make $30,000 a year. I'm looking to get out of that. It's not my favorite, but I think I would like to go into hospitality or event planning. And looking into jobs, I find that a bachelor's degree is required in a lot of them. I mean, I'm 23, so I don't know if it's worth going back to school for another 2 years to get a bachelor's at this point.
Okay. So you have 2 years left. You've got enough schooling that 2 years would take care of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
This is tough because I will tell you that I personally, Anna, don't believe you need a bachelor's degree to do the work that you want to do. Describe for me what it is. Give me the 5-year, 7-year, you just snap your fingers, poof, and in hospitality, this is what you'd love to do. What would it be? Describe it.
I like 9-to-5 jobs. I like working during the day. I don't like working weekends and nights. Once in a while it's fine. But I think what I'm picturing is like being in a big business and just planning events. I enjoy, organizing, putting together events for other people, doing those kinds of things.
Okay. Now,
making my own schedule and yeah.
All right. Now, when you said in a big business planning events, you mean for a large corporate company and then kind of an in-house event planner?
Yes, exactly.
All right. Now, let me caution you on something. If that's what you're doing, you're not setting your own hours. They're telling you what your job is.
Right.
You're aware of that?
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. However,
making my own schedule within those hours, I guess.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Because I think that's very doable. So now this is interesting. What are the jobs that you have looked at? You said almost, which leads me to believe there are some that you've looked up that don't require a bachelor's degree. Is that the case? Or if every time you've looked at something that would be some type of event planning role that you're interested in, it's requiring a bachelor's degree?
I would say every time, in the role that I would like to be long-term, every time it requires a bachelor's degree. I think I would need to start out at an entry level somewhere and kind of hope to work my way up.
Yeah, no, that's not
gain that experience.
Yeah, listen, that's not a pipe dream. So I love the word hope there, but as long as it's not said as though it's a fantasy. So 2 things going for you. Number one, you know where you want to end up. That's a big deal. That clarity is huge for you, Anna. The second thing you got going for you is you're 23. So my take out of the gate is I'd like to see you get in entry level because A, you can afford to with the place you're at in your career. You're only making $30,000, so that's not. I don't see you taking a pay cut there. I think you can make that maybe more. But I want to see you get in on the ground floor. Now, the question is, do you do it for an event company or do you go work for a larger company and work in HR or something like that where there's some type of tie-in to that role? But it seems to me you're fairly educated on what you want to do. You have a pretty clear picture, and I think you know how to get there because you just said entry level. And I think that's what you're shooting for right now because you don't need a ton of experience there. You don't need any.
Yeah.
And you get in, and now, Anna, it's about 3 things that I would tell every 23-year-old. So these are the 3 things I'm going to tell you. You get in that entry-level role, and you make sure you're very clear on what your role is. Clear expectations. Here's what it takes for you to win, Anna. That's knowing your role. The second thing you need to do is accept your role. That's an attitude issue. You don't start thinking about the 5-year plan as soon as you walk in. You know where you want to end up 5-7 years down the road. So you don't need to be sitting around thinking about it. You need to be focused on the opportunity at hand, the now. And so that's an attitude of, I'm grateful for this role. If I kill it in this role, it's going to ultimately give me the opportunity to climb the ladder where I want to go. That's attitude. The third thing is maximize your role. Now, this is after they've given you clear expectations. You've accepted this. You've got a great attitude of gratitude. And now it's going above and beyond. The things that they didn't ask you to do, you do. You start helping people that aren't expecting you to help them. You start leading up, supporting your leader in ways that they're not asking you to do, and all in a positive way. If you maximize your role, Anna, I'm going to suggest to you that you may never need to get that bachelor's degree, because once you're in the door and you work your way up, they don't need more education from you. They know that you've got the chops. And more importantly than the chops, which what I mean by that is the talent, the ability to pull this off, but you've got the experience, and it's in-house experience, which leads you to an opportunity in the current company or maybe jumping out to another opportunity. So they have effectively paid you to get the experience that you need. So I wouldn't let the bachelor degree hold you back. And I would also tell you that I don't think you need it to actually get hired, not to do event planning. I think you could go to somebody in Grand Rapids today who's an event planner and say, hey, I'd like to start working for you part-time or full-time when it opens up. And you actually work for an event planning company. They're not going to need a bachelor's degree for you to do what you need to do for them. And that's everything from setting tables to putting up lights to putting drapes on tables, the whole 9 yards. You just do whatever you got to do. And then, Anna, what I would say is I think that you could, if you find out that the bachelor's degree is something that's going to help you for sure, that it's going to help you, then just go part-time. You only got 2 years. If you go part-time while you're working your way up the ladder, then you can do it all. So I've given you multiple options, but I'm going to come back to this. I don't believe that you have to have a bachelor's degree to do event planning. I don't believe it. In fact, I don't even know why am I being so nice right now? I mean, I'm always nice, but I feel like I'm being nice to the people that are telling her this. So here's the deal. You don't need a bachelor's degree to perform the role of event planning. That's silly. Whoever's putting that requirement out there ought to be questioned about that. It's ridiculous. You don't need a bachelor's degree to be a great event planner. That's nonsense. There you go. Now I feel better.